Yo, fake radio. We out here. Got Sareem Back. We gonna chop it up.
Round two, baby.
Round two. Just dropped a new album.
Yes, sir.
Made Me You.
Out everywhere.
Yo.
Produced by Chuck Inglish. Sean McNamara and Trevor Brown. Anthony Gandhi.
Got you. Hype for it. You talked a lot about it last time you were on the show. Now it's finally out, so we're gonna talk about it. Hearing it. First of all, though, because the last time I interviewed you, I heard the Summer's End project.
Yeah.
And we talked about it, like, because it came out, after the album came out. But now that it's, like, officially out, how's the reception been for that album?
It's been crazy, man.
Yeah.
It feels good to, like, put out. Because Summer's End was, like, an EP.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, it was just, like, the first real body of work I put out in a while.
Yeah.
But it's, like, the reception for this one feels like a return to form.
And
it's felt nice.
Yeah, no, I've seen a lot of love for this new project. So I was very, very... Because you sent it to me a few months ago, so I've had my time with it. But I'm happy that the world is really fucking with it. So... we got a Redman inspired cover. What made you go with the Redman kind of?
Yeah, so shit, I'm hyped you know that.
Yeah.
So I like my senior year at college, I was really fucking with that album. Yeah. Like it kind of just found me in a dark place. Like I was bumping the Slim Shady EP, and I go on Genius to like just look at the lyrics, like annotations, and it's like. They're like, oh, well, this intro is, like, adapted from Dr. Travis off of, like, There's a Dark Side.
Yeah.
And so, like, I checked that album out, and, like, that whole day, like, I bumped that album, like, front to back, like, probably 15 times.
Yeah.
And, like, that just became, like, the soundtrack for, like, 2 years of my life.
Yeah.
And it's, like... You know, I read, like, a ton of interviews from Redman where he was just, like, he doesn't even like playing that album because it was, like, from a dark place. And, like, honestly, like, when I did that cover, like, I wanted to go all out. Like, I dug that hole. And, like, shout out Justin Ayers. Like, he was, like, super down to, like, shoot it. He was, like, super supportive of everything.
Yeah.
And I was just, like, I need to do this shit. Like,
yeah.
Because it's a strong cover. Like, it's almost off-putting.
Yeah.
Like, I played that album for, like, a couple of my friends, like, last summer. Yeah. And there's definitely parts that, like, you know, like, everybody can fuck with. But, like, there's definitely, like, some spots where it gets dark. Mm-hmm. And, like, I wanted to, like, put that album out, like, from the beginning. Because, like, I think people look up to celebrities and, like, as, like, some beacon of, like... of a role model.
Yeah. And
I wanted to like make it known like I'm not somebody you should look up to. I have my problems, like maybe there's spots of me that like, you know, like that you can like bring into your own life, like work ethic, like, you know, like my style of rapping, whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's like I'm also not like I'm so far from like being a fucking role model, and like I wanted to like make that known. Like I make like shitty decisions, like I do, like I've been through some shit.
No, for real. So yeah, and You Made Me You. What was the like thought process behind that title for the project?
So it was either that or Once Peaceful, and some dude like one of my fans from Europe. I think his name's Andre Paoli.
Yeah.
He hit me up and like he was just like, dude, I'm fucking with the new music. I'm like, thanks, bro. I'm putting out an album, like deciding on the name, and like I like told him like it's either Once Peaceful or You Made Me You. Yeah. He's like, go with the second one. That sounds cooler. But basically, it's just like You Made Me You means you can like it's taking responsibility for your actions. Like you are responsible for where you're at today. Like the people you engage with, the choices you make. And like what you decide to do, like from, you know, like I could, like if I'm proactive and decide to like take advantage of opportunities, I'm like, you made me you. Like you're in this spot because like you decided to do this. But it's like also if I decide to like binge drink, if I decide to like be hungover every weekend, and then it's like just let the world pass me by, and then I'm like fucking wallowing in my depression. I'm like, you made me you. You're the reason that you are here right now. And so it's just like, you know, it's like as much as it is like it is like it has like multiple meanings, but at the end of the day, it's like it just comes down to being responsible for your actions, and it's like you're responsible for like the direction you move in.
Right. That's smart. And if you could describe this album in one word, how would you describe it?
Cohesive.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I can see that for sure.
Yeah, every track like flows into itself. I really. But like that's like the feedback I've been the most proud of, because like people will like tell me what their favorite tracks are, but like they'll just be like, dude, every single track on this like leads, and it's like leads into one another, and that like made me really happy.
No, it was crazy because I when I first heard it, so you start with the like skit of you talking to like, is it like your who are you talking to? It's like.
It's me talking to me.
Right.
That was people were like, dude, was that really you doing the laugh? I'm like, yeah.
So we got that, and then the first song was like kind of what I expected from how you described it. I was like, okay, this is we live. And then the second song, Target on My Back, with the like, it was like some rock.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, we're going in an interesting direction. So yeah, what's the story behind Target Behind My Back? Like what kind of brought out that?
Target on My Back is about like my whole life. I think somebody has known who I like was before I knew them. Whether it was like my older brother like playing football or like playing sports and just being known in our community, and it's like I'm always like known as Brett's little brother. Therefore, like somebody always has like a preconceived notion of me. Yeah. And like, or if they don't know who I am, they're gonna assume like they know who I am because like they see my color. Like people have like always assumed that like I'm better at sports than I actually am just because of how I look. Or it's like people like, you know, like they see that like I'm a little quiet and they like assume like they know shit about me. And it's like they'll go out of their way to like sabotage me, and then it's like they actually see me in action. They're like, holy shit, like this dude's like not as much of an idiot as like I thought he was. Like, you know, like if you put him in the right spot, like he's gonna succeed. And like I think like Target on My Back was just like me feeling like the aggression from that shit. Like I wrote that hook before we even put a beat on it. Like I sent that like demo to Sean, and I was like, dude, just put some guitars on this shit. Like put some 808s and like let's make this a song.
Yep. And then we got All Natural with Releye.
Relay. Yeah. Relay. Shout out the boy.
That's a San Diego artist.
No, I actually met Relay in LA. I'm pretty sure he's from. I want to say he's from the Midwest. Gotcha. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he's from Iowa. Yeah. But I met him at an open mic, and
did we talk about him last time?
I don't think we did. Okay. I don't think I put out All Natural at that point.
Gotcha. This is your first collaboration with him?
Yeah. We met at an open mic March of last year, and I got laid off that same day.
Damn.
And I was like kind of like I was just talking to him, like I was just like we weren't even talking about music. I was just kind of venting, and I was like, dude, I got like an open verse on this song. Like let me send it to you. Like Chuck produced it. Like would love to have you on it. And like I didn't even like do my research on Relay at that time. Yeah. I like go to Spotify like the next day. Turns out this motherfucker's like on a couple Netflix shows. And
or like
no, his music is.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like Never Have I Ever specifically. Okay. And Relay killed it. Like it was just like he's done a couple shows with me like since, and it's like it's been a blast like having him on stage. Like he's like that's the boy, you know.
Yeah. And so Chuck Inglish produced that song. Yeah. You were talking about Chuck Inglish doing Chuck Inglish projects, working with Chuck Inglish last time. Now the music is out. How much of Chuck English production is
9 out of 13.
9 out of 13. Okay. Yeah. I was wondering that. Okay, got
So he produced the intro, Going Through the Motions, All Natural, Dip Smoke, and we'll go through it. Like I'll let you know like as we talk about it. Cool. But yeah, he produced like 9 out of 13 on that project.
Dip Smoke, he got the verse on.
Yes, sir.
I was excited. I was like I was fucking with your verse obviously, but when I was like, all right, where's Chuck going? How's he? And then I came out, I was like, oh yeah, there he is. Yeah. How did it feel hearing that verse for the first time?
Shit, man, it made the project complete.
For real.
That was the last touch we needed, and like I was so fucking happy that we got that. Chuck's the man. Yeah, no. Go listen to Vanilla's Black's new EP. He plays.
Check it out.
Plays on it.
Check it out. Yeah, no, it's crazy. And I know y'all got other music kind of in the works, but what about Dip Smoke? Did he like kind of attracted him to that song, and why specifically on that song?
He told me like just like build out the album and like let me know like what song you want me on. Yeah. And like originally I wanted him on like Going Through the Motions. Yeah. But then but that was also like the first song I made. Yeah. And I was like a little bit like, okay, like can I do this? And
that song sounds very like, old school Mac Miller, kind of Cool Kids. Like, but when I heard that I was like, oh yeah, okay,
yeah. Dip Smoke though, like that was the song I played in front of the homies, and like they were just like, yo, this is the one. Like I need to hear that Dip Smoke, and I was just like, you know what? Like it's a little bit of a dark song, but like if I get Chuck on this shit, like that like brings it back down to earth a little bit. Yeah. And like he killed his shit. Like I can't ask for more. Like I got a fucking verse from Chuck Inglish, man. Imagine telling. Like, I can't imagine telling myself that in high school. Yeah, absolutely. It's wild,
Absolutely, yeah. And working with Chuck Inglish, what would you say is, like, the lessons that he taught you?
Shit, just let things come natural. Yeah. He gave me a ton of freedom. Yeah. And, honestly, like, just, like, basically, like, I kind of made, like, Play-Doh out of his beats. Uh-huh. And it was just, like, like let yourself be creative. Like you can ask somebody else for input, but like at the end of the day it's like it's up to you to like really build shit out. Like you can't rely on everybody forever. Like it really has to be you.
Got you. Clutch. And want to fast forward a little bit. I love the outro of Don't Bring That Home and how the transition. Was that Chuck producing?
No, it was actually Sean and his boss Trevor.
Got you.
That song is funny.
That was a crazy transition. To Protect My Soul. That shit was crazy.
So the funny thing is I hated that like when we initially made it.
You hated that?
Yeah, because like Protect My Soul like didn't get made until like 7 or 8 months after Don't Bring That Home. Got you. And like the story behind like both those songs is that like I was at like the club, or like I was watching my homie Romy, like we were playing, or he was playing at Catch One, I believe, and
right down the street.
Yeah, and his homie Taka was like doing his first DJ set ever. Yeah. And like when he was on stage, there's this girl like that nobody really knew, just like dancing on him, and like Taka's like the nicest dude ever, like just like wholesome Japanese dude. And he's not gonna be the type of guy to like tell her like get the fuck off the stage. And like she's like stumbling around, like like security had to bring her off, and like he was just like, does anybody know her? And like nobody was like we were like no. So like after his set, I went to the bathroom and I wrote that hook. And the next morning we had a studio session. I was like, bruh, like listen, like I got the idea for this. Like let's fucking build it out. Like kind of went along the lines of like I Don't Fuck With You by Big Sean. And like, but it was also like, like I've played that song live, and it's weird because it's like I've played it in my hometown, and it's like I've got like I had a ton of like friends that were girls growing up. And I realized like as like fun as that song was to make, like I didn't feel comfortable playing it.
Oh really?
Like I was like, like I have like too many women in my life that I respect to like really like keep playing that song. But it's necessary too, because it's like like even though I have a lot of women in my life, like I'm still like slip up. Like I'm not,
and it's a reflective kind of self-conscious album about your mistakes and your. So it's like it's valid that you don't. And respectful that you don't feel comfortable playing that, and
that's why we made Protect My Soul.
Exactly.
Like that's why I transitioned. I think 7 months after that, like Sean and I were just like, because like that guitar was in it, like in the song when we made it. Right. And then we were like initially, I was just like, why the fuck are we ending this like with it if this is gonna be a club hit? Yeah. And then we were just like messing around with it because I wanted to like modify Don't Bring That Home. And shout out Juan White, he killed his verse by the way. So shout out my boy Juan.
On a Sareem album you need like a West Coast West Coast.
One every album.
Yeah, no, for at least one,
yeah,
and
but
how'd you meet One Way?
We played at a show in Hermosa Beach last year.
Got you.
Yeah, Grandview like organized it and like got to chop it up. He's been balling on in his own right.
Yeah.
But back to Protect My Soul. We made that guitar like in the session of Don't Bring That Home.
Yeah.
7 months later, like Sean just built it out, and I was like, dude, like let's make a song about being hungover, like an after party, like have you heard "Okay Alright" by Travis Scott?
Right.
So that's like a party and then an after party ass song. Like we wanted to make that in like the same vein, and like Andrew came down that next day, AC Goldie, and like he's been like we've known each other for like 4 or 5 years. We've been talking about getting a song in, and it's like our styles like on paper don't usually mesh, but like we wanted to make something like particularly for him. So like we made the like guitar like darker, like just like a fucking ambient ass atmosphere. And it's like I did my rapping, but like the reason that song works is because Andrew's just able to like take it to the next level with his vocals.
That was my favorite feature on that. Or I mean, I love Chuck Inglish, but that because that felt like Kanye level, like just how cinematically he entered into the song. Yeah, I didn't know who he was, but I wanted to know who he was for sure.
Yeah, we've never done anything like that up to that point. So like having him on the album like that was special. Like because Sean and Andrew work heavy, and it's just like we are two very different styles, but like I wanted to just drive home, like it's the after party after a night that like you're probably gonna regret in the long run, and it's like I've wanted a Hangover song for a minute.
Sure. And then you go into Burn It Down, which is like a crazy really crazy instrumental there. Well, you said, I think you DM'd me that song wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah, it wasn't. That second verse took me a year to write.
Right. Why did it take you so long to write that one?
We were just figuring it out. That was another song we made from Sean and Trevor's sessions. The first verse literally took me like 15 minutes. Like I was just like writing what I was feeling. Like that was like in the middle of like me getting laid off. Got you. I was just like in a place where I'm like, I don't really care.
What job did you get laid off from?
I was working wine sales.
Okay, right.
Gallo. But yeah, it was like my life was just like splitting in like so many different directions, and I was just like, okay, fuck this. Like I'm like, if I don't have anything else, like I have rap still. Like let's make let's make a track where like we let that be known. And like I was like, going through like a weird like. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable like talking about it, but it was like it was an involvement with a girl. And like this girl was just messing with my head, so I was just like, dude, fuck this. Like that inspired like a lot of the album too. Like a lot of the album is like me just like dealing with like bullshit from like like manipulative people, and it's like people trying to get in my head, and like Burn It Down is like the culmination of that, like
some rage shit.
I feel like that whole like 5-6 song stretch, like from Don't Bring That Home to Burn It Down. Like that is in like Put On My Heart, like that is all like dealing with the same girl and like just the bullshit that came from it. And Burn It Down is like me being like, okay, fuck this, fuck everyone, but especially fuck you. And then like making a song out of it.
Right.
And then the second verse, I just wanted to rap my ass off. Originally, I was gonna make it like political or something, like in the style like Rage Against the Machine. And then I was like, you know what, this isn't the song for it. Like it's not about that. Like you can make political songs, but it's just like it all comes from the same place. So it's like if it doesn't feel right, like you just save it for another track.
And you got You Don't Know Me with the Beastie Boys sample.
I'm glad you caught that.
Of course.
Chuck produced that.
Yep, Chuck produced it. Got you.
I feel like I didn't have a track that I was just spitting on from him. So like that was that. I think the third verse I rewrote, there was a different third verse, but like I had an experience back in December where I was driving home like on the 395 from Mammoth. And almost had a head-on collision. I haven't really talked about that publicly.
Oh shit.
But it was like I like really like that kind of like flashed before my eyes, and I was just like, oh fuck, like that's The original third verse like was like a little phoned in, and I wrote it like again after that, and I was just like, fuck, like I gotta get my shit together a little bit.
No, that's crazy shit. Yeah, no. Glad you're okay. And well, when did that happen?
Like the day before New Year's Eve.
Got you. Damn shit. Well, I'm glad you're all good. And then you ended with Finer Things. That's like an older song, right? Because I feel like I've heard that.
Yeah, I played it I've played it at shows.
Got you. Okay.
That was like one of the first songs like I made. I think that and All Natural were originally meant for Jack Harlow. And
really? Oh shit. Okay.
Like Chuck and him have a song called Automatic. It's on the Madden soundtrack. But yeah, Finer Things is like that hook was like I was just looking for something to be happy about. Yeah, like it's such a dark album that you want to leave it like on a positive note, I guess. No, Finer Things is like that was like, and like also it's like clean too. Like there's no curse words in it. Cursing, no. Like I just wanted to make like a positive, upbeat vibe. Like it's just like when I'm feeling dark, like I'm just like, okay, like I've come this far. Like why don't I go further? So yeah. So the other dudes who are not Chuck, they've produced for you before, right? Sean. Right, Sean and I have like go way back.
Yeah. And you got the boy Malik, Young Water Cycle, executive producing the album. So what was his role in executive producer? Like, cause I'm
just making sure it's good. Like it was literally just quality control.
Yeah.
But like also Malik's like spitting for it, so it's like it's like he's got to enjoy the shit. Right,
he's gotta know that shit.
But it's like also he's like vibes guy too. Like like it's just like as long as it flows. Like he was listening to like everything. Like I would like send it to Sean and Chuck like as it came in. But it was like Malik like definitely like reined it in, and like we left a couple of songs on like the cutting room floor just because like we wanted to like keep it cohesive.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you kind of were the main person that kind of like parsed that cohesion together.
Yeah.
Got you. Clutch. And I noticed it's released under Dirty Beach Kids. It's a new.
Yeah, it's like a little concept. Like I'm different. I go between that and like Loner by Nature. Yeah. Like Ream Records, Loner by Nature. It's like I try to make like Dirty Beach Kids into like a clothing brand for a second. Got you. And it's like I still am, but like right now I'm still focused on Loner by Nature. Yeah. We've been selling merch at like the past couple shows. So once I have a design, like I think Dirty Beach Kids will like. I'll start selling merch for that, but go to my Teespring, get some Loner by Nature merch.
And when is the Sareem show with a live band? Because we need to hear that after this.
Shit, man.
Yeah.
You let me know.
Absolutely. we need to hear that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it sooner than you think. Where the Malik talking?
Where's it? Bet. Fire. Oh, also, I found out that fellow Emerson alum Navin Bose.
You know Naveen?
Oh no, is it?
It's
Naveen?
Naveen's the homie.
See, okay, yeah, he went to Emerson, and Addie and him were because Emerson has like an award show called the Evvies, and him and Addie were like.
So they get copyrighted for the Emmys.
Yeah, because I fucking hate the Evvies, but. Actually, no. We like the Evvies because fucking Bishop Toussaint won that, so that's the homie. But Addie and Naveen were up for like best song, and Naveen took it, and we were like, oh shit,
hell yeah.
Yeah,
Naveen's the homie. We grew up together a little bit. Chill. Like he's also from San Diego.
Right.
We like we're on the same baseball team in like 6th grade, and then just reconnected. I think like 2021. He pulled up to my show for 24K Golden, and then filmed when I opened up for Kodak.
Cool.
And we have like 1 or 2 songs in the vault with Ethan Uno. But like he's rebranded so much that they're probably never gonna come out.
Naveen or Ethan?
Ethan has.
Got you.
Yeah, like Naveen and I like may drop some shit, but like he's also like, you know, we gotta lock in.
Yeah, no.
But that's the boy though.
Yeah,
I love both of them.
Yeah, I saw you post him and I was like, where have I seen that dude before? And I was like, oh, that's the dude who was. Yeah, I was like, okay, like I remembered him. Yeah, no, fuck those. And then you got. So you did this album, Chuck Inglish worked on. Do you have more stuff?
Yeah.
Involved with him? Where?
During that time period, Sean and I, like that album took like November 2022 to like April this year. Mm-hmm. In that time period, Sean and I have probably made like 60 songs.
Chill.
And
Chill.
I think we've probably released like 20 of them.
Got you.
So yeah, everything's gonna come out. I'm treating this year like it's my last year, so everything's gonna drop this year.
Word. And so when's the next project dropping?
August. Yeah.
Clutch.
If everything goes to plan, I think one of the songs like needs to take off a little bit before I drop it. But yeah, if everything goes to plan, like I'll drop another project in August. It'll be like a deluxe of It'll be the deluxe of like You Made Me You. Uh-huh. Be like a little more like user friendly. Like I'm probably just gonna like ease up on the cover art a little bit. Cool. But I want everybody to hear You Made Me You. But like also I feel like this next project's gonna be a lot more enjoyable. Like summer vibes.
Mm-hmm. Word. And also we gotta talk about you contributed to the culture once again with the BBL Drizzy. The BBL Drizzy.
BBL Drizzy.
Yeah.
Got the best BBL in history.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shit, dude. Fuck Drake.
Fuck Drake.
Like, fuck Drake, dude. I have hated him since, like, elementary school.
You have? That's funny, because Malik... Yeah. I didn't realize that you hated him, because Malik is such a big fan.
No, I know. And we talk about it. Like, I told Malik straight up, like, if we make it through this beef, like, we're locked in for life. But, like, I don't hate Drake, but it's like, I hate that like he's been on top for so long and like nobody's been able to check him. Like Pusha T, like when Pusha T put out Story of Adidon, like that was like the first time where it's like, oh, he bleeds. And you know, like Drake's like, I'm not gonna like front, like I love 5 a.m. to Toronto, like I love like a good amount of Drake songs, but it's just like there's always been like something off. And it's like I've never been able to like place it, but it's just you know.
You've been waiting to put out a Drake diss track, and then Metro finally gave you the beat.
Dude, that shit took me like 15 minutes to write. Like, just I don't know, man. You can't be the GOAT and have a song like YOLO, and like I was like put. Like, I just wanted to say, like, oh, we was bumping YOLO at the middle school dance. I bet those girls didn't know that was when they had their chance. That was my favorite. That's all I wanted to say. Like, I wrote the rest of it in, like, probably 10, 15 minutes. But I just really, like, I don't know, man. It's weird that he's the GOAT. Like, it's, like, always... Because he has, like, videos of him looking at his phone while he's, like, freestyling. Like, he's, like, just... on record doing like corny shit.
He's not the best like rapper, and I think that this beef proved that he is not the best rapper. Cause
then it just turns into TMZ, like like that's why J. Cole backed out. Like you know, like you can't.
You know,
like,
wait, you know who told J. Cole to back out though?
Schoolboy Q.
No, okay, Now
he's like, hey, cuz this shit about to get ugly. About to get uglier than Schoolboy Q.
Yeah, for real.
He uglier than a motherfucker.
Oh, you were in the... We should talk about... You were in the Yearn music video as well.
I was,
I think you mentioned that last time, and we didn't know like what that was, but it's...
Because I was in an NDA, for sure, so I couldn't talk about it that much, but it was cool.
You mentioned it, you mentioned NDA, but I saw you in there, I was like, hey. And you met Schoolboy Q.
Yeah.
You met your hero.
Yeah. That was my second time meeting him. We chopped it up. Fun fact, I actually tried to get him on All Natural. I was I was at the studio that day, and we made Rap Dreams in like less than 24 hours, and then I was like, I told my engineer like, dude, I got bail early, like I got to go to this shit, and he also made a mix of All Natural that like had an open verse, so like it would go like me, Releye, and then Schoolboy Q if like he wanted to hop on this shit, and I was like, hey Q, like I got an open verse, like Chuck English produced it, like what I got to do to get you on it is like, hey man, I ain't gonna lie, probably not gonna hit it, but I got you in due time, man. Like we gonna get this shit, but like,
cause cause you saw his cave freestyle. I'm sure he's not really trying to.
Nah, dude, like he's a fucking dad. Like shout out to Schoolboy Q for acting his age.
He made one of the
Drake, take notes.
He made one of the albums of the year though, so you can't hate it. You can't hate it at all because he literally made one of the greatest.
Blue Lips is insane. Blue Lips is like I don't know, man. Like I've had Urine 101 like on loop like since it dropped. Not even because like I'm out, but you gonna ride for me. I'm out, but you gonna ride for me.
Pig's Feet is like one of my I play that song all the time.
Yeah.
Pop with Rico Nasty. That album is just crazy to me. That was crazy to me.
He like played a good amount of it on his Twitch like a couple years back.
Really?
Yeah,
because
No. I think like they were just figuring out like when can we tour. Like I feel like a lot of the dudes right now just have like shit in their vault that now that touring's back on the table, like it's all coming to light. And that album's like definitely like a product of that. But also like, you know, it's like he was saying he like updates it to new production. And it's like you gotta shout out Devin Malik because it's like he's tapped in.
Yeah, Devin.
Like Devin's like so fucking talented.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
I got to meet him and Yakin at the video shoot.
Yeah.
And Devin's like Devin's sick.
Crazy. Yeah.
Like Back in Love, his verse on that shit, like it's a love triangle, not Bermuda.
And fits so well with Schoolboy Q, and it's like I really fuck with like artists who have like they're like people who are like a little smaller who like really like vibe so like all of the concrete people just like they vibe so well with like Yachty, which is why that like works.
Yeah.
And like I'm really like, you know, Schoolboy Q always had like TDE, but you know Kendrick got Baby Keem now, and I'm really glad that like Devin Malik really kind of clicks so well with Schoolboy Q. I was really happy to see like when he does this stuff, and like when I heard him, I was like, oh shit, because I'm familiar with Devin Malik's producing off like The House Is Burning. I think. Yeah. So I was like,
he's got a couple songs on Herbert too.
Right. Yeah. So I was familiar, but I didn't know he rapped like that. I was like, oh okay.
Yeah. No. Dude, he's been putting out like a good amount of singles too, like Link Ducker, like Canadian Tux.
Yeah.
Like he's hard. I fuck with Devin Malik.
Hell yeah. And I gotta ask, so you've been asking mad people what their favorite song is off You Made Me You. What's your favorite song off You Made Me You?
It's gonna sound like a cheesy answer, but it depends on the day. Because I think I'll probably listen to like All Natural the most, just because like I be working out.
Yeah.
I would say either All Natural or like if I'm hungover, I listen to Protect My Soul. Like that was probably the like song I listened to the most like before it dropped. Cool. But it's either All Natural or like Finer Things or you know the singles. I'm a basic motherfucker. I also love Who Was Down. Like I think that's my most important song, and like people just don't realize it. But like that second verse, like I was like. I think I was just, you know, like it kind of, like I think I turned 24 and I was like, holy shit, I'm the same age as like Tupac when he died. And that like really threw me for a loop.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like people still talk about like Trayvon Martin today. Yeah. And it's like, you know, we used to be younger than him. And it's like now, like, you know, I think like when you grow up and like really realize the ages of like these people who have passed away, it like puts in perspective, like, you know, you gotta be blessed to be alive and like you gotta do something with it.
That's a real thing, like when you are in rap and you're in your 20s, like that's the thing, like, you know, Mac died when he was 26, 27, X died when he was 20, Tupac died when he was like 24, so it's like we're around the same age as like the heroes that we like look up to who so it's like.
And I still look up to X, man. Like,
no, absolutely.
He definitely, like, he was a troubled dude. And it's like, you can't condone every action he's ever done.
Not at all.
But, like, his message, like, especially, like, towards the end of his life, like, which is weird to say. He's fucking 20. but like his message was like very like ahead of his age.
One of the greatest rappers. Like people like. I mean, obviously there's like a lot of controversy there. So it's like
I think he had room to grow. I don't feel comfortable like saying he's
documentary.
Like I don't feel comfortable calling him like one of the greatest rappers ever, just because like he didn't fully realize it. Like
no, true.
But like he was definitely on that trajectory.
Ahead of his time for it. Like, I listen to like random like verses from him from like in like 2016 off like members only tapes, and I'm like, that's nobody was rapping like that when he did it, and no one's rapping like that now, because like we're still not like, it's not because it's not good, it's like we still haven't gotten to that like just as crazy as he was on some of that shit. So it's like,
fuck dude, I wish I could like send you one of my unreleased songs. I haven't gotten it mastered yet, but like I've been like trying to channel that a little bit, like because like he was like going in between. Have you listened to Space Ghost Pussy?
Of course, I listen to that song like all the time. That's one of my favorite. The transition between Denzel and X on that song is just like beautiful to my
like just the growls, man. Like to be able to do that and like transition between verses. Like I'm trying to teach myself that because he like I feel like what Denzel did with Bulls on Parade, X had the potential to do with like some rock song. Like I feel like I couldn't like name anything off the top of my head because it's like there's somebody who's bound to disagree with me. Yeah. But like I feel like he was like he could run some metal shit. He was one of
the first rapper who could like really like scream melodically. You know what I'm saying? Like who could, was still rap, but he could scream like, because there were like rappers screaming at the time, but he was like the first one.
Like he's what people thought 6ix9ine was.
Exactly.
In terms of like screamo.
Yeah. But, exactly.
Yeah, like I listen to like Rip Roach, and like that song is like insane. Yeah, like I don't know, man. Like it's crazy that like he was like 18 doing that shit.
He was
like,
so he was literally a child doing all that shit, which is crazy to me.
Yeah,
crazy to me. Anyway, back to you. Do you have any shows on the way?
June 27th, I'm back in San Diego at First Street, hosting that shit, getting the lineup together. But
that's where you perform most of. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Lit. We hype for that. And any last word of advice to the people? You know what I'm saying? You may be now.
Shit, if I want to give some legitimate advice, shit, man. I'm gonna go brain dead looking for this piece of advice. You don't even have to take advice from me. No. Just take advice from the world around you. Like really observe like your day to day. I think the world is more than what's in front of you, and it's more than what's in front of us. I think there's inspiration to be like taken from anything, and you know, like if it doesn't happen today, like don't give up on it. It's a lot. It's like 10 years to like really make something happen overnight. Absolutely. And shit, you see it with Tommy Richmond right now. I think like you know, like it's hard to talk. It's weird to talk about because it's like, you know, like you don't want to sound like you're riding him too hard or like, but like to see what he's doing, it's like inspiring, and it's like it can happen for anybody, you know. So just like don't give up. Yeah. And if you do give up, they're not gonna talk about you. They're like. People have very short attention spans, and it's like whether you want to be talking about it or not, like at least just don't be a quitter. Like fucking, you know, like the. Yeah. But I just keep doing you. Yeah. Keep doing you. I'm a ramble and like say something fucked up, so I'm gonna just end it saying keep doing you.
Well, thank you for coming back on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Your album. Free Palestine.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Jimmy K. Feds and the Sweet Squad. Sareem. Rax Kills. We out.